Srimad Rasa Rasambi
Vamshi
Vamsivata Tatastitha
Karshan Venu
Swanir
Gopir Gopinata
Shreyastuna
Shreyastuna
Swaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Pre Swaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Swaha. Like all that you have there, you throw, and some of those, right? Or you can throw the rest around, right? Around, not in the fire, because you'll take off the, yeah. Please stand. Om Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya Go Brahmanaya Hitaya Cha Jagatithaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. After I say Om Purnamada Purnam Idam Purnat Purnudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Please, one at a time, you place into the fire. Right. Please sit. Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janardana Yat Pujatam Maya Deva Paripurnam Tarastu Me Swaha. Om Aparada Sahasrani Kriyanti Harsham Maya Dasohamiti Mamatva Shama Marisu. So now let's bring us to the end of this little Homa, Vaishnava Homa, and we now ask the fire in the name of Mangala to be released, because we at the beginning we summon to worship him. Now we ask him to kindly leave also. Om Mangala Swasthanam Gacchatu. Om Bhur Bhuva Swa. Om Dhyau Shanti Antarikshavam Shanti Prithvi Shanti Apa Shanti Vayu Shanti Teja Shanti Ashadaya Shanti Loka Shanti Brahmana Shanti Vaishnava Shanti Shanti Astu Dhriti Astu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So that has brought us to the end of this little takeover from here. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Few moments to reflect why we are all here, and so that we are here to pray, maybe to give blessings, to give our hearts, to give our well-wishing hearts. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashachari Shatarine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashachari
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrina
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasade Guru Bhakta
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrina
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasade Gaura Bhakta
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrina
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta
Vrina Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram.
Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram.
Jaya Paramakaruna, Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra, Jaya Paramakaruna, Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra.
Jaya Paramakaruna, Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra, Jaya Paramakaruna, Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra.
Jaya Sitaram, Jaya Sitaram, Sitaram, Jaya Sitaram.
Jaya Sitaram, Jaya Sitaram, Sitaram, Jaya Sitaram.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, Prabhupada,
Jaya
Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Sitaram, good afternoon everyone. So on behalf of the family here, Rupnath Prabhu and his Dharmpatni, Mataji Lova. So we like to, and also on behalf of the family of Sanjay Prabhu and his Dharmpatni, we want to welcome each and every one of you to this very special satsang this afternoon here. So already with the program would have begun with the performance of a fire yagya or a homa, a puja, which is done invoking the blessings, making offerings to Lord Krishna, and also invoking his blessings as Prabhuji here, Rupnath Prabhu, or we say Uncle Eki. He will be celebrating his birthday today, his 74th birthday. Tomorrow, so it's a pre-birthday. My apologies there. And also 50th years of 50 years of togetherness, or 50th wedding anniversary. Let us put our hands together for Rupnath Prabhu and his Dharmpatni. So this is the mood this evening, and it's a Ramayana satsang as was announced. So we are hoping that during the program we'll be having shortly maybe some short bhajans and of course discourses from the Ramayana, because as we all know, just a few days from now, a week or so, we'll be observing Sri Ram Navami, the glorious appearance of Lord Ramachandra. And it is most appropriate that, during this time leading up to Ram Navami, if we can sit and hear the glories of Lord Ramachandra from our holy texts, from the Ramayana, the Ramcharitamanas, and so forth. So we're hoping that we're going to hear, and also maybe later on there will be arti, more kirtan. So that will be the program, and we hope you're well seated, you're happy to be here, and that you're happy to participate and give your hearts fully into the rest of the program. So thank you. We'll like to invite Bhajagaranga Prabhu to lead us in a chant.
पतिता पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम Ayodhya दशरथ नंदन राम राम
जवासी राम राम दशरथ नंदन राम
अयोध्यावासी राम राम दशरथ नंदन राम 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 राम
पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम राम
सीता पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम राम
पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम राम
सीता पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम राम
अयोध्यावासी राम राम दशरथ नंदन राम राम
अयोध्यावासी राम राम दशरथ नंदन राम राम
अयोध्यावासी राम राम दशरथ नंदन राम राम
अयोध्यावासी राम राम दशरथ नंदन
पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम राम
पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम राम
पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम राम
सीता पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम राम
अयोध्यावासी राम राम दशरथ नंदन राम राम
अयोध्यावासी राम राम दशरथ नंदन राम राम
अयोध्यावासी राम राम दशरथ नंदन राम राम
अयोध्यावासी Ram Ram Dashrath Nandana Ram Ram
Dashrath Nandana Ram Ram
Dashrath Nandana Ram
Sita Mohan Ram Ram
Sita Hana Ram Ram
Kaushalya Pyare Ram Ram Kaushalya Pyare Ram Dashrath Nandan Ram Ram Sita Mohan Ram Ram
Sita Mohan Ram
Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram
Jaya Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram
Jai Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram
Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram
Jai Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram
Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram
Jai Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram
Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram
Jai Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram
Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram
Jai Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram
Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram
Jai Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram
Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram
Jai Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram
Jaya Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram
Dashrath Pyare Ram Jai Ram
Dashrath Pyare Jai Ram Jai Ram
Sita Mohan Ram Shri Ram
Sita Mohana Shri Ram
Shri Ram 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 Jai Jai Ram Ram Ram
Jai Jai Ram 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 Jai Jai Ram Ram Ram
Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Ram Ram Ram Sita Ram Ram Ram
Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Jai Jai Sita Ram Jai Jai Sita Ram
Jaya Jaya Sita Ram Jaya Jaya Sita Ram
Jaya Jaya Sita Ram Jai Jai Sita Ram
Jaya Jaya Sita Ram Jaya Jaya Sita Ram
Jai Jai Sita Ram Jai Jai Sita Ram
Jaya Sita Ram Jaya Jaya Sita Ram
Jai Ram 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 Siya Ram 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 Jai Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Jaya Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram
Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram
Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram
Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram
Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram
Patita Pavan Sita Ram
Patita Pavana Sita Ram
Patita Pavan Sita Ram
Patita Pavana Sita Ram
Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान जी
लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की
राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान जी
राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की
राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान जी
राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की
सीताराम 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 सीताराम
सीताराम सीताराम
जय जय सीताराम जय जय 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 सीताराम
दशरथ प्यारे जय सीताराम
दशरथ प्यारे जय सीताराम
सीता मोहन जय श्री राम
सीता मोहन जय श्री राम
सीताराम सीताराम जय जय सीताराम
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 सीताराम सीताराम
जय
जय
जय सीताराम
Hare Krishna. So we can do better than that. We have been sitting for some while, so we will stretch a little by raising our hands. I will not ask you to stand, but at least we'll stretch our hands a little, and we'll say one loud, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna! So thank you. Let some energy flow through the body. So we want to thank very much His Grace Bhadragaranga Prabhu. So already he has been the priest for the fire yagya, the homa that was done earlier. He conducted that nicely, and then now to lead us in very ecstatic chanting of the names, the names of Sri Ramachandra. Also, we like to welcome our lordships, or dear lordship, Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Gayana, to this village, Triumph, to the village of Triumph. So I'll just take a few minutes to explain who are these two lords that we are on our little altar arena here. So we have to your right, to your right, you're looking at Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none different from Lord Krishna, Lord Ramachandra. Standing next to him is his brother Lakshman or Balaram, or Lord Nitai, Nityananda Prabhu. So these are the two lords who were visiting. They usually stays in Mahaika, but their name, as the name suggests, Nitai Gaur Gayana. It means that they will travel all the villages, all the towns and villages throughout Guyana to give their mercy. So here we are very blessed this afternoon to have Lord Ramachandra and his brother Lakshman in the form of Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga, Shri Gaur Nitai, to be in our presence. And Sanjay Prabhu has an announcement that, as you see Shankar Prabhu here, he's offering the Lord this fan. And I know I don't have to say that the place is hot. You can feel it, right? So the Lord also, he's feeling hot. So the devotees, Sanjay Prabhu is saying that if anyone here would like to have an opportunity to fan their lordships, you can grasp that opportunity. It means that you can come forward. You can just inform him that Prabhu, I would like to, do so for a few minutes, and your hands will be purified, and you will get to fan your lordships. So at this point in time, we will be continuing. As we said, we will hear some short discourses from the Ramayana this afternoon. We'll hear from myself, and we also hear from other devotees and family members here. We have the father-in-law of Sanjay Prabhu. We'll hear from him, and a little later on also we'll hear from Harikirtan Prabhu. We'll have some virtual presentations from maybe Prabhudev Prabhu, Harikirtan Prabhu as we go on. So at this point in time, I would we'll do Mangalacharna prayers, and we'll get into the presentation. So let us all give a few minutes for guests who are coming in now to be settled. In the meantime, we can all chant together: Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. So together we can bow our heads and offer these prayers, these pranams. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swaparantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnu Padhaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyachari Shatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ramaya Ramabhadraya, Ramachandraya Virase, Raghunataya Nataya, Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Shri Rama Rama Rameti, Rame Rame Manorame, Sahasranama Tatulyam Ramanama Varaname. Shri Nitai Gaur Gayana Ki Jai, Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So just about 2 months or a little over 2 months ago, in January, something historic happened on this planet. Yes, on this planet that we are all living on, this planet called Earth. What was that event, or what happened 2 months ago? Who can guess or who can say? Can we remember? In India, I'll give you hints. I will start to give you hints. In India, I didn't hear. In Ayodhya, Jai, the grand inauguration, the grand opening of the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Mandir, or the opening of a very magnificent temple at the exact spot, at the exact location where Sri Ramachandra advented. So it is, I'm sure, let's see all those of you here who would have watched the videos. You know, some video on YouTube, some clip commemorating our inauguration or celebrating this grand inauguration, which was personally, inaugurated by the Prime Minister, Shriman Narendra Modi, I believe on 22nd of January 2024. So I'm sure many of us would have really been delighted to feel the vibration and to understand what this meant, for not those, for Hinduism, for Sanatan Dharma, not only in India but throughout this planet. Because if we understand history, we would recognize the amount of difficulties that, especially in places like India, where holy places, places where the Lord advented, places where the Lord's devotees would have lived, and holy gods and many gorgeous, magnificent temples would have been broken down. The deities would have, sometimes been destroyed, sometimes been relocated to other places. So we must be very happy, and we must have been, or we should be very thankful and appreciative that such an endeavor, that such an investment was made to re-establish a 1,000-year structure to, to remember and to recollect for generations to come the advent, to spread the glories of Lord Ramachandra far and wide, stemming or emanating from the Janmabhoomi, or the spot where the Lord actually made his appearance. So this afternoon, I would like to once again welcome everyone on behalf of Rupnath Prabhu, his family, to this wonderful setting. As you can see, the place, it looks like a festival is going on here. And it's indeed a festival. There are many things to celebrate. And also, we want to inform you and to let you know that for my presentation, which will be maybe for the next 15-20 minutes or so, we'll spend some time. As we all know, I will deal in, actually, there are many different versions of Ramayana, and one of the most popular versions is Ramayana composed by Valmiki Muni. We also have Ramcharitamanas composed by Tulsidas, also very popular around the world. So this afternoon, I would like to spend some time to share a little, maybe one or two stories from among the 7 kandas of the Sri Ramayana. I will be, sharing one or two stories from the Ayodhya Kan, or which is like the second section within Ramayana. And the way it's gonna be done, it's like we all, or most of us, majority of us here, would have known the stories because we basically grew with, maybe watching the series, the Ramayana series in our homes and television. If not, we would have heard some things from our grandparents or parents. If not, in the mandirs, we would have heard from time to time about the glories of Lord Ramachandra, different leelas, different pastimes. Is that so? Yes or no? We all know something about Lord Ramachandra. We know some of the pastimes, if not all of the pastimes from Ramayana, right? So I'm sure that this pastime which I'm going to narrate is not new to you. But really and truly, the intent here is to help us to understand, seeing that we already know a lot of the pastimes or most of the pastimes, we need to now try to develop a way how we can actually connect the Ramayana to our lives, right? That is like, will make it much more meaningful. So in saying that, this afternoon, I would like to, turn your attention to this section in the Ramayana where it was not too long after Lord Ramachandra and his brothers, they got married. Well, Ramachandra got married to Sita Devi, of course. And after that event, Dashrath Maharaj, he was thinking and he was contemplating that, I have ruled Ayodhya for such a long time, and within my time, I have rendered many services. I have served, being the emperor of Bharatvarsh, or the entire planet at that time, right? Ra- uh, Dashrath Maharaj was reflecting like that I need a successor. Thank you. I need a successor to continue to hold, or to be throned, and to continue ruling the kingdom, ruling Ayodhya, and of course the entire world, like, to oversee the affairs of the entire earthly planet, was called Bharatvarsh at that time. So as he was thinking like that, within his kingdom there were various priests and ministers. There were priests like Vashishta Muni, ministers like Sumantra, and so forth, many others. And despite he was so powerful, despite he had so much experience, despite he was so knowledgeable, despite he was being respected by all other kings across the planet, he thought it wise, let him consult with his ministers and his priests. So he gathered these individuals and had a discussion with them, presented his proposal that I'm thinking to retire, and at the same time I want to coronate, one of my sons, to rule Ayodhya. So as he was discussing with them, he actually mentioned that, I would like for my eldest son, Ram, to take up the throne and to be my successor. So one important point for us to note here from Dashrath move, or his activities, how he goes about making a decision, right? Making a decision of whether or not to, give up his post, to retire, and to enthrone a new person. So it is said that decision making is similar to breathing. We all breathe, we all inhale and we exhale. Every moment we do it. We have been doing it from, since birth. Just as in breathing there is careful balance between inhalation and exhalation, decision making must be a careful balance between personal benefits and communal harmony. It means that whenever we make decisions, it should not be only about beneficial to ourselves, but we should look out of the box. It should be beneficial to the community, to the villagers, as much as possible. So Dashrath, he thought of his ministers, he thought of his men, his immediate, his priests and his ministers. He thought of them as like physicians. Why? Because at this point in his life, his mind was not steady, in a sense that he was battling within himself that he should retire and he should coronate one of his sons, so that they take up the responsibility and he can, continue other duties of vanaprast and so forth. So he actually, it is said that the ministers, the priests, they were not only loyal to the Dashrath Maharaj, as his servants, they also, serve with unity. And this is something which is lacking in our society. Sometimes, when there's loyalty, there's disunity, or there's no cooperation. Sometimes when there's cooperation, there's no proper attitude to render service or to serve others. But here it says that unity without loyalty to a common goal is like a cement without water to seal bricks. So it means that, to seal something, to seal blocks, we need both the cement and water mixed together. So these servants, these ministers of Dashrath Maharaj, they were both loyal and they served him by cooperating with one another. So Dashrath, during his discussion with these men, he mentioned how many of the things that he would have done, many of the projects, how he would have maintained Ayodhya, how he would have served citizens from all different levels, the young, the old, the children. He would have protected them, fulfill their needs, ensure that everyone is happy. And I'll just give you a glimpse what Ayodhya city was like. In that city, no one sell padlocks. So I'm guessing you will figure out what that means. It means that no one had to lock their doors or lock your cupboards, or we put locks on things for security. But in Ayodhya, everyone was so honest. No one was fearful. No one ever engaged in thieving because everyone was being satisfied by the king. Everyone's needs was fulfilled by the king. And that's a quality of true leadership. So he spoke very gravely about his services that he rendered for many years, for decades, being the king of Ayodhya. But he also spoke very pleasantly. So it is said that superficial speech, or let's say speech that are not truthful, or they are just flattery speech, is shallow and it lacks depth, right? And whereas harsh speech, when someone speaks harshly, it is bitter. Sweet speech is pleasant. Pleasantness in speech indicates a person kindness. So can you believe that? Can you imagine? The way we express ourselves, the way we speak to another individual, that alone will show or reflect our mind. It reflects our kindness. So Dashrath was, as a king, he had all the good attributes, all the good qualities. He can speak, with seriousness, with graveness, but at the same time, he can speak with sweetness. His words can come very pleasant. So as the emperor of the world, he, as I said earlier, he wanted the opinion of these sages, of his immediate ministers. And one might think, we all might ask ourselves, right? If we are saying that Dashrath Maharaj was so learned, he was so powerful, he was so wise, he was so experienced, why is it he is such a genius? Why is it that he still, needs to consult? Why he still needs to seek advice? Oftentimes we see today, many times we are reserved. When we have to make a decision, if there is something that is short of, is that we don't seek sufficient advice from the right people. So it is said that being a genius is not so much about knowing everything, as much as it is knowing that, or when to admit to the self that I do not know. For us to admit that, that I do not know, that's a big challenge. It's a challenge with our ego, right? But when we can reach out and say that, and say to ourselves that, what? I cannot make this decision by myself. I need to consult. I need to seek advice. I need to seek guidance. And that is exactly what he was doing. So he mentioned to his ministers that, I have this desire that I want to coronate Ram, my eldest son, to be the next king of Ayodhya. And he was putting it out there that, do you agree? My dear servants, my dear ministers, priests, sages, do you agree? Let's hear your opinion. So Sri Ram, at that time, being 24 years old, 2.5 decades of the Lord's Leelas had already passed. And what had happened, Sri Ram, he was admired greatly throughout Ayodhya. Despite Kaushalya was his biological mother, the other two, Sumitra and Kaikeyi, they also felt that Sri Ram is their own only very own son, just like Bharat, Shatrughna, Lakshman, and so forth. So from them coming down to all the residents within Ayodhya, they had such love, such admiration for Sri Ram. And why is this so? What were some of the attributes? What were some of the qualities that Dashrath chose him to be the king, the next king, and also why he was loved so much? Why is it that he was the heartbeat of Ayodhya? So it says that a great person, a great person is labeled only if he has a combination of three qualities. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A great person is labeled if he has a combination of three qualities. What are those qualities? Talent, attitude, and character. What does talent means? Talent is like a sword, not merely admired, not to be merely admired, but to be actually used. Just as Ram's quiver is equipped with multiple arrows, his personality is equipped with multifarious talents. He was very talented. His attitude, he possessed the right attitude, the attitude of a servant leader. So it says that attitude, if you have talent but you don't have the right attitude, it's like sweet rice without sugar. How many of us has tasted that before? Well, even for you who haven't tasted it, I don't think you will want to taste it, right? Sweet rice. When we talk about sweet rice or gulab jamun, sugar is a must, right? So he had talent, he had attitude, but also importantly, he had character. So it says talent and attitude take one to success, but character helps one to maintain it. So these are attributes that we can mold into our own lives. Talent, the proper attitude, and also to have spotless character. Because spotless character is what's going to maintain our dignity, our success in life. So coming back to Dashrath Maharaj, he finally stepped down from his throne and he went straight to Vashishta Muni and he asked him, what is your opinion? What is your decision? And Vashishta Muni, without any hesitation, he says, Tatastu, so be it. And the decision was complete. The decision was made. So there's a lesson here that the blessings of the strong is meant to facilitate the weak, and the blessings of the weak is meant to strengthen the strong. Blessings are the currency that helps one buy the ingredients for success. And blessings is something that has been epitomized or that has been shown throughout the Ramayana. Seeking blessings from elders, from seniors, and in general. So Dashrath Maharaj, one of the things he did before he went about making preparations for the coronation of Ram, seeing that he had already made the decision, he went to his astrologers to seek their consent about the planets. Are the planets favorable? Are there any bad omens? And surprisingly, the astrologers returned after the research saying that, at this time, there are bad omens. There are bad signs. The planets are not together. It's inauspicious. But nevertheless, Dashrath Maharaj thought to himself that, I should not wait longer, because maybe if I wait longer, who knows what will happen. So let me organize this coronation festival early, soon, so that Ram could be the next. He could be Prince Regent. He could be the next king of Ayodhya. So immediately it was sent out. Everyone was instructed, from the ministers coming down, to make all the necessary preparations for Sri Ram's coronation tomorrow. So today, everything was made. Everything with astrology, all the researches, all the advice, everything was completed. Decision was made that Ram is going to be coronated tomorrow morning. And when Dashrath Maharaj that evening, when he went to his palace, when he went to his chamber, he was recollecting that about this inauspicious predictions, and that is when he went to reach Sri Ram in his chamber, and he embraced Sri Ram and he explained about what the astrologers had said, and he also recommended for Sri Ram Sita Devi to make some offerings, to do some some fire sacrifice during the course of the night, leading to next morning, where they will assemble in the midst of the palace for the grand coronation ceremony. So in the night, Ayodhya became super busy. It is said that Ayodhya was so lit up that if you ignore the street lamps, if you ignore the lights that were there, the street lamps, you will think that it's daytime, even though it was is wee hours into the night, as they would say. So at this point in time, when everyone was busily engaged making the necessary preparations, one of the principal or one of the key maid servants of Mother Kaikeyi being the mother of Bharat, Shatrugna, a Mataji by the name of, she had a hunchback by the name of Mantara. She went, despite she could not walk upstairs so efficiently, she had a hard time to walk up. She went on the very top of the palace, on the balcony, way up there, and she was looking over to see, why is everyone helter-skelter? Why is everyone so busy? What is all the preparations about? What is going on here? So she was viewing, and she was trying to picture with her eyes, trying to understand. By the way, she didn't get the news as yet that, Ram is going to be coronated as regent prince tomorrow morning. So it is said that knowledge gathered from hearing from the right sources is better than self-guided sense of seeing. It means that many times our eyes can deceive us. Sometimes we hear the statement that, seeing is believing. But I tell you not, it's not always the case. Seeing is not believing. Sometimes our eyes can deceive us. It's like, you see the same wire on the ground here? If I take off the light, and if it's dark pitch night, some of us may mistake it for a snake. Right? So that shows that our eyes are not perfect. So she was looking down, but she couldn't really figure out what was going on. So she ended up going down back to one of the floors. She bumped into one of the nurses of Sri Ram, and she asked her, what is all this preparation about? And this nurse told her that with great jubilation, with great joy, that tomorrow morning Sri Ram will be coronated as Prince Regent. When she heard that, it immediately, it's like her blood pressure was going up, because she was feeling this indifference within herself, and she was thinking that, she has to go immediately to meet, Mother Kaikeyi. She has to go immediately to the chamber of Mother Kaikeyi, because this, in her opinion, this is great unfairness to Mother Kaikeyi. So she went there, and she began. Actually, Mother Kaikeyi, it was late in the night. It was like past 12 in the night, and she was taking rest on a couch. She was sleeping there, and Mantara, with great energy, her anger was building up, her dissatisfaction, everything, all the lower natures, all the lower qualities within her was building up, was boiling up, right, within her. And she went immediately and wake Mother Kaikeyi from her slumber, from her sleep. And she began to express this news to her, that how this disaster is going to happen tomorrow morning, and then you have to do something about it. You have to protect yourself, and you have to protect your sons. You have to protect me. So like that, she started to, to tell Kaikeyi. And Kaikeyi, when she heard that Sri Ram is going to be coronated, she was in great bliss. She was in great happiness, and she said it, that, Sri Ram be coronated, that's my own son. He's not different from Lakshman. He's not different from Bharat, Shatrugna. I don't see any difference. And this is the most glorious thing can ever happen in Ayodhya. So that was her mind. Even though Kaikeyi wasn't informed as yet, she was extremely happy to get the news, to such an extent that she offered a very expensive necklace to Mantara. to her maid servant, like with really expensive, studded with gems and very beautiful jewelries and all this thing. But Mantara took this and threw it to the ground. She got more angry and she threw it to the ground. She said that Dashrath flaunts you as his favorite queen, but in reality he favors Kaushalya more. And his action today, that he announced he's going to coronate Ram as regent, as Prince Regent, as the king of Ayodhya, that is sufficient proof of that your fortune will be ruined. Your fortune will, your happiness in Ayodhya will disappear, just like when sun dissipates or take away dew in the morning. So one lesson based on the dealings and the talkings of Mantara, we can understand that reciprocation of love when demanded is obsession. Basically what she was trying to do, she was trying to persuade Kaikeyi to demand certain things from Dashrath Maharaj. Demand that Ram should not be coronated, let her son Bharat be coronated, and not only that, let Ram be sent for exile for 14 long years. And Mantar was convinced about her proposal that this has to happen, because she was thinking that initially Kaikeyi was reluctant and Kaikeyi was very surprised. She was very astonished. Why all of a sudden Mantar should be most happy about this? That we're going to have Ram as our next king to succeed Dashrath Maharaj. But she was the total opposite. And this is what she said. She said, surely it is due only to your stupidity that you fail to see your impending doom. These are the words she was using to persuade and to convince Kaikeyi that you should do something about what is happening here. So Manthara, it came to the point that back and forth she was exhibiting her anger, her disapproval of this decision, and she reminded Kaikeyi of an incident that occurred many years ago. Actually, two incidents. Number one, she recollected that when these boys were young, when the four sons of Dashrath Maharaj were young and they were training in the art of shooting arrows, using the bows and shooting arrows, one day she was walking down the street of Ayodhya, and Ram, at that time as a young boy, he happened to shot an arrow with a mud ball on the back of Manthara. And for that, she took offense from that day, because everyone, all the boys and everyone who were there, laughed at her. She was walking in a hunchback, and everyone laughed at her. She felt embarrassed. From that day, she held that in her heart as a vengeance, that one day I'll have to, get back to Ram on this. Not only that, the second thing she did was she reminded Kaikeyi that many years ago, your husband, Dashrath Maharaj, he was fighting a great battle. He was fighting a battle in the heavens with the Lord of Magic, a demon by the name of Sambarasura. And there are two instances where you saved his life. You saved the life of Dashrath Maharaj. One time, you acted as his charioteer, and when he was shot, Dashrath Maharaj was shot with arrows so much, he fell unconscious on his chariot, and you drove his chariot away from the enemy to save him. At another time, when he was fighting, his chariot wheel got broken because of all the arrows that came. And you personally held the wheel of the chariot together so that the wheel wouldn't fall off and that his chariot could keep together. At that time, Dashrath, he promised you 2 boons, but you told him that I don't have any unfulfilled desires at this time, that I will come back to you, with my request for these 2 boons at a later time. So Manthara used this as an opportune moment to requests Kaikeyi that you go to Dashrath now. In the middle of the night, you let Dashrath come and you ask him to grant you these two boons. What will be the two boons? Number one, that my son Bharat be coronated as Prince Regent or the King of Ayodhya. And secondly, Sri Ram to be banished to exile for 14 years. So the technique here we see, Manthara, she uses a technique of reflecting on past good deeds that would have been performed. So there's a lesson here. The lesson is, if past good deeds lead to present good events, then wouldn't present bad deeds lead to future bad events? So this is a question. Wouldn't present bad deeds lead to future bad events? Whatever Manthara was trying to do, she was trying to persuade Kaikeyi in a negative direction, to do the most unfortunate, or to be the cause of the most unfortunate thing to happen in Ayodhya, to actually remove the happiness and removed all the bliss, all the joy, everything that was happening in Ayodhya. So he said, just as a cataract, so cataract blurs our vision, our eyes, selfishness leads to blurred conclusions. So this is it. When we are thinking like about ourselves, and when we try to be selfish, it prevents us from seeing or making proper decisions. And this is exactly what Manthara was trying to do, to blur the vision of Kaikeyi by using lower natures or negative happenings, negative events. So she remembers, basically she was remembering all the negative things that would have happened over the years, and she was trying to use that. So it is said also that complicated people or technical people like Manthara, they try to extract small things for a lifetime from some corner of their memory. A small thing might happen, right, at one point in life, but we hold that as resentment against someone else, and we wait for a time to come when we will reveal it. So Kaikeyi was Manthara, she actually made a proposal. She gave a whole layout, a whole plan to Kaikeyi, what and what she should do to persuade and to get Dashrath to buy into this whole deal, to coronate Bharat. So she told Kaikeyi that you go back to your, you go back where you will normally meet the king. Every night the king will come to see you because you are his favorite queen. And you go there, you lie on the ground with your hair disheveled and your clothes all, mashed up and everything. You pretend to be that you are in great distress. So when the king comes to see you, he will, first of all, his whole mood will change, right? He will want to know what is wrong. He will try to figure out what is wrong with you. And at that time he will be to such an extent that he will ask you, well, what can I do for you? What can I offer you? Why are you unhappy? All this, this is the mood that will step into the king. And that is when you will present this master plan of these two boons. You will ask the king for these two boons. So Manthara, she basically presented a detailed plan to Kaikeyi. And Kaikeyi, after some time, she got dragged into this. She got dragged into this kind of messed up deal. And it is said that to make decisions, it requires moments of strength, not moments of weakness. So for Dashrath, when Dashrath will come and visit, when he'll come and see Kaikeyi in such a state, in such a miserable state, wouldn't he be affected? Indeed, his mind will be disturbed. He would be affected. And in that state of mind, he will not be able to make proper decision. So that is it. When you when you disturb the mind, then it's hard to make proper decisions. So Kaikeyi at this time, she really and truly thought that, this was a direct act by Dashrath Maharaj to not coronate Bharat, because at that time in Ayodhya, Bharat was not present. Both Bharat and Shatrugna was at another location. They were not told also about Ram's coronation. Kaikeyi herself, she wasn't being told as yet, but preparations were going on. So with all this and all the infiltrations that came from Mantara, this really transformed her consciousness to the lowest level. So her whole perception changed. And it is said that perceptions change with changing ideals. When we accept, persons who are lower, our consciousness, when we accept, things that are lower than us, or that we believe in, when we accept perceptions that are lower than us, or that we have faith in, that is a big problem. Because it is said that the windows of perception are tainted in a sense that one can see beauty in ugliness, right? So what we are accustomed to see as beauty, when our perception change, our consciousness change, we can actually see that object as ugly. And this is exactly what had happened to Kaikeyi. That she was seeing that this whole episode of Ram's coronation is a big threat to her sons. And for that reason, she's going to display a very low grade of behavior in front of Dashrath Maharaj. So it is said that seeing good in whatever is bad, or bad in whatever is good, is the role of the coached mind. So when our minds are being coached, or being trained in a wrong way, this is what the mind thinks. It sees good. It can either sees good in whatever is bad, or it sees bad in whatever is good. In this sense, Kaikeyi's mind was transformed to see the best, or the greatest thing that is going to happen as the worst thing. Right? Choosing the right coach is more important than blaming the helpless mind's decisions. So sometimes, as we said at the beginning, Dashrath Maharaj, he could have made this decision. He was so powerful. He had all the wisdom, all the experience, but nevertheless, he sought advice from the right persons. Kaikeyi, on the other hand, she was advised from someone of opposite nature, from someone who has the worst advice, who had bad intentions. So that's why we have to be careful about who we are being taught by, who we listen to, because that is what trains our minds, right? Our mind functions according to the way we train it under the trainer. So that is a key point there. So lastly, it is said, one of the lessons, from this episode one of the general lessons that we can think about is that 1 ounce of immaturity coupled with 10 ounces of ill advice is a perfect recipe for a life of disaster. So Kaikeyi, she was being advised by an immature, she was given ill advice by Mantara, but at the same time, she was not mature to know how to take that, whether to take it or to leave it. That is another thing. When we are given advice, we have to know whether to take it or leave it. We have to rationalize. Ultimately, it depends upon our, it depends on us. So that's why we also have to play a part in the decision making. So I would like to pause here, but to for us to reflect on this episode, to reflect on Dashrath Maharaj's qualities as a king, his nature, and what he taught us as a king, as a leader, right? And also to reflect on the qualities of Sri Ram, why he was the most qualified, what were some of his attributes, what were some of his qualities that made him fit for the throne of Ayodhya. For us to reflect how association with the wrong person can mess up our life, can mess up our joy, our happiness. And that is what we can really and truly grasp from this little story, which I am sure we are familiar with. Many times we have heard it, but the lessons, how we can connect that to our lives, that is of great importance, that is of great significance. So I'll leave you here with the idea that next Tuesday will be Ram Navami. And Ram Navami is also, in my opinion, it is as if, Sri Ram is being coronated. We know Ram Navami is Advent, but I decided to leave you here in suspense, because let us all build up our inspiration, let us build up our appreciation, our devotion for Sri Ram by trying to understand his qualities, his mood. Sri Ram was referred to as Maryada Purushottama because he exemplified the best, the most ideal son, the most ideal husband, the most ideal brother, friend, and so forth. So in this mood, I would like to conclude my part here. We will invite the Prabhus to lead us in a few minutes of chanting of the Maha Mantra, after which we will have the next speaker. Thank you very much. Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. Shri Dashrath Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Maya Pupu, Partapu. So everyone, excuse me, please join us in chanting. Partha Sharati Prabhu will lead us, and all of us will join in chorusing. We will loudly call out. If we really want to receive the mercy of Lord Ramachandra, Lord Krishna, we will loudly call out on the Lord's name by chanting in congregation, by chanting together.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Together,
Hare
everyone.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Rama
Hare
Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Partha Sharati Prabhu. So this time we'd like to introduce our next speaker on the program here. We have with us Shriman Mangal Raghunandan, and I'm sure many of you, I don't know what you know Prabhu by, Tasaman, you will know him by, but as you know, he is the father of Bhartiya Mataji, the wife of Sanjay Prabhu and the father-in-law of Sanjay Prabhu. So he has some exciting stories and message for us that he would like to share with us. So let's all welcome him by giving him a round of applause as we hear from him this evening.
Om 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 Satyameva Jayate Satyameva Jayate Satyameva Jayate Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavamahe Tejasvina Vadhi Tamastu Ma Viravi Shamahai Ma Viravi Shamahai. Most revered devotees of this congregation, it gives me great pleasure to tell you that in 1838, when those indentured came across the pani, or the black waters. Two first person that came out from the boat. You had the Hesperus and the Wispy. It was Ram and Khan. Ram and Khan, when they were in the boat, they walked with the literature or the history, and they chanted. They kept themselves alive and contained for nearly 6 weeks. Just imagine. My story today is twofold. It is twofold. I'm going to talk or give you a little synopsis of birds. Birds. The two birds were Kagbusundi and Garur. Garur was an eagle. Kagbusundi was a crow. Garur can fetch a calf up the mountain and fly with it. And the crow, Kagbusundi, can eat snake and all the other rotten things. But let me tell you about birds first. Let me introduce birds. Birds do not perch on trees where there is no fruit. Wild beasts leave the forest when the leaves of the trees have fallen and there is no more shade for them. Insects leave plants where there are no longer flowers. Leeches leave springs which no longer flow. Women leave men who have become old or poverty stricken. A minister leaves the service of the obstinate king. Servants leave a master who has been reduced to poverty. Thus, it is a self-interest. Self-interest is a motive of everything in this world. Here goes the conversation that 7 questions are being asked by Garur, the eagle. The eagle is so strong. Imagine, can fetch a sheep up the mountain and even a cow calf. So here is it that I am going to introduce Kagbusundi and Garur. The drummer can please accompany me. My permission. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a Bani style which Triumph was very fond of years ago. You have heard about the men headed by 20, Mr. 20. There were 5 or 6 brothers in the group, and that was the jolliest time at Pagwa with the Chautals and the Ramayana, etc. Suna suna ho garura mati din, ayeho mati din, Sri Rama ji ke charita suno. Suno suna ho garura mati din, ayeho mati din, Sri Rama ji ke charita suno. Charita suno Ram, charita suno. Charita suno Ram, charita suno. Suna suna ho garura mati din, ayeho mati din, Sri Rama ji ke charita suno. sunaho garura mati din aye ho mati din Sri Rama ji ke charita suno. Kagbusundi, he just play with Lord Rama, and he just fly away sometime, away from Lord Rama. And Kagbusundi, he see that how Lord Rama was sad. And the bird was sad because Lord Rama was sad because Lord Rama want to hold the bird and play with it. Well, here was Garur. I asked Kagbusundi, the carrion crow. You think carrion crow can give you knowledge? Let us see now. Thank you. 7 questions and their answers. Kagbusundi the crow answers these 7 questions asked by Garur the eagle. What term is the most difficult to entertain? What terms? What the most difficult? Here is the answer. There is no form like the form of a man, a form which creatures most earnestly desire. It is the tabernacle that can lead you to heaven and the final liberation, and that grants you nearer to Ram. Those who put on the body of the worship but devote themselves to the very lowest of sensual lust are throwing away from their hands the gemstone to grasp instead fragments of common. So Tulsidas is saying, is relating, what is the greatest pain and what is the greatest pleasure? Greatest pain is poverty. Poverty can mean 2 things. Poverty can mean that you do not have. You want to give something away and you do not have it to give. That is poverty. Poverty also means that you got them and you're stingy. You don't want to give. That means poverty too. What are the innate traits of the good and the bad? What are the traits? How you know good people and how you know bad people? Answer. The main characteristic of good is to do good to others in thought, word, and deed. Good men endure pain to the pleasure of others. You know, you got some people, bad people, they might cause you pain. It's not necessary for them to give you pain. You know, in the Battle of Kalinga, Emperor Ashok, he slaughtered people by the thousands and thousands. And then the people reached to greet him. "O king, you have done a wonderful job." So the king came and he said, "I know why you come here today, for us to celebrate my victory. But I'm not going to celebrate the victory in the way that you expect." The king, King Ashok, he said, "You know what? I cannot be pitied for murdering, for killing those husbands, those sons, and so on." And he said, and the people, they start to murmur. And they said, the king is saying so, that he cannot be pardoned for killing all these people. Here again we have, what is the most meritorious virtue and what is the most deadly sin? One of the most deadly sin You talk evil about your neighbor. You're not certain. And you talk evil about them. That one bad sin. Pap mansa, they call it. And he say also, what is virtue? Virtue are the good things. The things which you must treasure. That is meant by virtue. One of the highest duty in the scripture declare is that you must not harm people. It's heinous sin. What are the diseases of the mind? You know, your mind, your mind. It is so tormented, and you do not know what is causing this disease to your mind. Manare tu kahena dhira dhare o niramohi o hana jane jitana sangamare manare tu kahena dhira dhare. What are the diseases of the mind? Oh, your mind. It come by ignorance. Ignorance not mean you're stupid. It mean you don't got the knowledge and you do wrong thing. And you can be infatuated. You're like one thing where you can't control. That infatuation. You know somebody, I like some girl where they can't control. That infatuation. This is the thing what I'm talking about. And he got all the diseases and the cure. I'm not getting into that. Next thing, I'm going to talk about a great lady in the Ramayana. A great lady. Daya la ho Raghuvar Esa Dina daya la ho daya la ho Raghuvar Esa Dina daya la ho. Raghu is Ram and Shiri been one lady. So this lady Shiri been a live with Matang Rishi. So Matang Rishi near for dead. So Shiri said, my Lord, what will I do when you're gone? So Matang Rishi said, Shiri, look, me not gonna lucky for see Rama. Me not gonna lucky for see Ram face. You wait right here. Ram go come to you one day. And so miraculously Ram appeared. And you know when Ram appeared? Shiri said, oh, Ram, you come here, what me can do for you? What me can do for you? The lady na know what food, he take water and he start to wash Ram's foot. Ram and Lakshman got it. Now some people have been carried away. Lakshman been at the black skin one. Ram been at the black skin one. Lakshman been at the clear skin one. So people got a tendency to run toward the halo effect people. Halo effect. The brightly decorated colored people. They might tend to run to them. But Ram been at the black skin one. So Siri said, oh Ram, what me go give for eat? Me naga not me so poor. Me a woman. Me the lowest of the low. In those days, women were considered to be the lowest of the low. He says, Siri, now worry that. Now worry that. Now Siri bring dongs, ya sat, which are the sweetest variety. And ya give Lakshman. Lakshman, you take and you throw it. But Ram take the dongs and you eat. And it so happened. Many more things happened. Then Sherry was given. After Sherry said, me are the lowest of it. He said, no, Sherry, you're not the lowest of the low. Me God deliver the 9 forms of devotion to you. The 9 forms of devotion. So here we go, that Ramayana singing has deteriorated badly in this country. You know, every village, every gaon had 4 Ramayana gold. Now it turned diamond gold, you can't find them. It turned diamond gold, you can't find them. Me, I play Ramayana drum since me then 9 years. And me there 75 years. But me never get this ghost. So Ramayana is foremost. You know, last story, and me go end me kata, drum, and shoes, been a temple one day. When he go shoes, drum get for passing, and he go in the temple, and shoes and put evil watchman outside. So when the function done, drum and shoes start for argue. He say, man, how they allow you for passing? And they put me here for sit down, for stand up, for keep guard. And all to be make out a leather, shoes make out a leather, drum make out a leather. So drum tell shoes, he say by shoes, how me sorry me go in a temple. By the time me go in, I saw them a cuff me, them a slap me, them a beat me. You know, drum. And this goes to show that stories, you call them itihas, or like a Nancy story. But these are the things that kept us alive. These are the things. You know, from the dawn of creation, Agni, Purohitam, fire. When fire came, you get heat. When heat came, you get explosion. When explosion came, you get water. When water come, in the trench you get all the aquarius, some animal will live in the water. Some want on fish, cricket, snake, alligator, elephant. But you know why me select bird? Bird is so precious. Bird, they give you a lot of story. And bird can never be forgotten. My mother, he does put me for sleep daytime. And how you catch me for sleep daytime? You tell you say, look, me catch on board. And me got him in this room. And me so anxious, me I run for see this bird. My father tell me, he said, when you want to catch on dove, you must throw salt on the tail. So me take the salt and me I creep behind the board. And every time me creep behind the board, me not get to catch the board and move way in front. This is the philosophy of life. Prem se bolo Ram Chandra Bhagwan ki jai.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much, Manga Prabhu, for those inspiring messages and stories. Let's all put our hands together again, once again. So at this point in time, there are some members, some devotees who are joining online on Zoom, and among them we have with us His Grace Hari Kirtan Prabhu. So originally, when this whole Ramayana satsang was being planned, Hari Kirtan was supposed to be the main priest here to give, the Ramayana Katha, because that is one of his specialty. But nevertheless, we are blessed to have him, Hari Kirtan Prabhu, being the son of His Grace Prabhupada Deva Prabhu, or Prabhu Dev, as many of you would know, the temple president at our Hare Krishna temple in Commons Lodge. So he joined us from New York, and we will hear a brief message from him via Zoom. And Navin Prabhu will project him on the screen here. So in the meantime, he is coming on. Immediately after his presentation, we'll be having a short Artik ceremony here to their lordships, Shri Shri Gaurnitai, Shri Ram Lakshman, and everyone will be invited to stand and come forward a little so that you can fully participate and witness what are being offered to their lordships. And after that, it will be time. The arti will go for like 10 minutes or so with kirtan simultaneously, and then we will have some presentation, some short messages, best wishes from family members, friends, devotees, and so forth here to the Bisnats, Mr. and Mistress Bisnats, as they are celebrating today their 50th wedding anniversary, and also of the Rupnath Bisnath Prabhu, his 74th birthday will be tomorrow. So let us all pray to their lordships for their blessings upon him, he and his wife, for their long life and dedicated in service, living a life of sacrifice and helping others, and to be a great example in our community as well. So we have with us Hari Kirtan Prabhu here. I hope you can see the projector. You can see up front in the projector here. So let us see what he has in store. As I said, we'll hear briefly from him. So let us all chant as he's getting ready. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So over to you, Hari Kirtan. We do hope you're hearing us. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So seems as though we are getting some difficulty with the song. He's on, but you know how these things go. So we'll proceed with the Artik, and maybe after the Artik, we'll hear from Harkirtan Prabhu. So we'll invite Shankar Prabhu will lead us in the Artik ceremony, and we can all stand. And as I said, we can come forward a little. And the Kirtaniers, please come on stage. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Paramakaruna, Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra, Jaya Paramakaruna, Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra.
Parama Karuna Nitai Gora Chandra Jaya Nitai Gora Chandra Jaya Nitai Gora Chandra Jaya Nitai Gora Chandra Jaya Nitai Gora Chandra Kibe Jaya Jaya Gora Chandra Arutika Shobha Kiba Jaya Oh Jaya Gora Chande Arutika Shobha
Chande Arutika Shobha
Jana Vitata Vani Jagamana Lobha
Janavitavani Jagamanalova
Dakine Nitai Chan Bamigaradara
Dakini Tai Chan Bamigaradara
Daki Inenitai Chan Bamigaradara
Dake Tai Chan Bamigaradara
Nikati Advaita Shri Vasa Chatradara
Nikatiyat Vaita Shrimi Vasa Chatradara
Nikati Advaita Shri Vasa Chatradara
Nikatiyat Vaita Shrimi Vasa Chatradara
Vase Achi Gorachan Ratna Simhasani
Shri Yache Gaura Chan Ratna Simhasane
Arati Karena Brahma Adidev Gane
Arati kore na Brahma Hari Deva gane
Nara Hari Adi Kori Samaradula Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Koshadigaya
Jaya Mukunda Vashu
Raghu
Gare Gaya
Sankar Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Karatara
Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Karatala
Madhura Medanga Bhaje Paramarasala
Madhura Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasala
Madhura Medanga Bhaje Paramarasala
Madhura Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasala
Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Padana Ujala
Baho Koti Chandra Jine Vadhana Ujala
Kala Desi Bhana Mala Kori Jala Mala
Alare Shivana Mala Kore Jala Mala
Shiva Sukha Narada Premi Garagada
Shiva Sukha Narara Premi Garagara
Dakati Viroda Deti Gurara Sampada
Vakati Vinorarete Gorara Samphara
Kiva Jaya Jaya Gora Kane Arutika Shobha
Shiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Aratika Shobha
Kiva Jaya Jaya Gora Chandir Arutika Shobha
Shiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Aratika Shobha
Jana Vipatavani Jagamana Lobha
Janavitavani Jagamanalova
Gaurange Rarotika Shobha Jagajana Manalobha
Orange Ara Tika Shobha Jaga Jaga Manalobha
Gaurange Rarotika Shobha Jagajana Manalobha
Gorange Ara Tika Shobha Jaga Jaga Manalobha
Jagajana Manalobha
Jaga Jaga Manalobha
गजानन मनलोभा নিতাই গড়া হরিব 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 গড়া হরিব
নিতাই গৌরা হরিব 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 গৌরা হরিব
তাই গৌর হরিব 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 গড়া হরিব
নিতাই গৌরা হরিব 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 গৌরা হরিব
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Parama Karuna Nitai Gaura Chandra Parama Karuna Nitai Gaura Chandra
Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Hare Krishna, so we can at least bow our heads as we offer these few prayers. Jai Mishnapad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Stotar Sadashishimad is Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki
Jai
ISKCON Vibhuti Fongdaracharya Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Mishnapad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Stotar Sadashishimad is Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Thakur Ki
Jai
Ananta Kori Vaishnava Vrinda Ki
Jai
Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki
Jai
Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki
Jai.
Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kundaradha Kundagir Govardhan Ki
Jai.
Shri Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki
Jai.
Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki
Jai.
Shri Ayodhya Dham Ki
Jai.
Ganga Maya Jamuna Maya Ki
Jai.
Bhakti Dev Ki
Jai.
Shrimati Tulsi Dev Maharani Ki
Jai.
Shri Yogadhar Maharinam Sankirtan Ki
Jai.
Shri Prabhupada's Transcendental Books Distribution Ki
Jai.
Brihat Mridanga Ki
Jai.
Shri Shri Paramakarnitai Gaur Chandra Ki
Jai.
Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Gayana Ki
Jai.
Shri Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan Ki
Jai.
Nitai Gaur Premanandi
Hare
All
Hare.
glories to the assembly of devotees All
Hare
glories to the assembly of
Hare
devotees
Krishna.
All glories to the
Hare
assembly of
Krishna.
devotees
Hare
all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namane
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshata Namaste Narashringaya Prahlada Ladha Daine
Prahlada Ladaraine
Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha
Hiranyakashi Purvaksha
Shilatankana Kalaine
Shilatanakana Kalaine
Itona Shringa Paratona Shringa
Itana Simha Paratana Simha
Yato Yato Yamitato Nashringa
Yato Yato Yamitato Nisimha
Maena Shingari Daena Shringa
Bahir Nisimha Ridaye Nisimha
Nara Shringa Madim Sharanam Prapadhe
Yada Shingamarim Sharanam Prapare
Tava Kara Kamala Varena Kam Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tano Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare
Tavakara Kamala Varenaka Adhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tanuvringa Keshavarita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare
Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare
Keshavarita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare
Jaya Prahlad Narasimha Jaya Prahlad Narasimha Jaya Prahlad Narasimha Jaya Prahlad Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha
Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha
Shri Prahlad Narasimha Bhagwan ki jai Shri Lakshmi Narasimha ki jai
Hare Krishna. So you can please have your seats. I mean, for those of you who have seats. For those of us who don't, at least, you know, we know what to do. Hare Krishna. So what we will do, we're coming on to the end, and we have one of the most important aspects to do. So Sanjay Prabhu, can you please, where are the border people and the anniversary people? We're not seeing, we're not seeing them in front. They're supposed to be in front here, sitting in the front row. Maybe where Part Prabhu is. Part Prabhu, sorry to move you, and Harihar Prabhu also. We don't mean to move you, but let's see if we'll have Rupnath Prabhu and his Dharmapatni to come forward so that we can see them. We can see them properly. They're hiding at the back there. So at this point in time, we have a few short presentations. So that you both can sit. You can sit on the chairs. Or we can, Mayapu Prabhu, can you assist to put these chairs like diagonally there? They can face the audience so that everyone can see. Yeah, don't back the lordships. Yes, thank you very much, for cooperating so nicely with us. We don't know, we know Sanjay Prabhu would tell us, that, you don't like the front seat. But today is very special, and tomorrow as well. So that's why all these people are here tonight, because it's special. So basically, we're going to have, so Hari Kirtan, unfortunately, still we haven't managed to resolve the issue. But nevertheless, we have a few short presentations. And first of all, among the family members, the relatives here of Rupnath Prabhu and his Dharmapatni Bhagpati Bisnath. I do hope I got the names correct. I'm still learning the names. If I had known this, I should have practiced before coming here. But nevertheless, you come to satsang and you learn 1-2 things. Next time will be much more prepared. So yes, so I would like to at this point in time to invite Nayak Prasad to please come forward and make his presentation. So, Mr. Nayak, he is like a grandson to Mataji here. To Mataji, the mother of Sanjay Poo, he would have grown up under her care. So we have a few other grandkids as well. So a whole bunch of them are here. So let's see what they have in store for us.
Hare Krishna, everyone. We will just like to keep our speech very short. So on behalf of all the grandchildren, we would like to wish you happy 50th anniversary and happy birthday. We know 50 years is something that 50 years is something that's quite remarkable to achieve, especially in today's time. And I know a lot of us would like to reach 50 years of marriage someday. So as your